Hello students, in this module we will learn about the multiplication of vectors. When a vector is multiplied by a number, its value is multiplied but the direction remains same. For example, let the force F, force is a vector quantity, let its value be 5 Newton in east. Then 5F, 5 is a number, a vector quantity force is multiplied by a number 5, then its value will be 25 Newton in east. That is, the value is multiplied but the direction remains same and the quantity remains same. It was force before multiplying, after multiplying also it is a force. When a vector quantity is multiplied by a scalar quantity, when a vector quantity is multiplied by a scalar quantity, a new quantity is formed whose magnitude is multiplied but the direction remains same. So, this is one thing. Second thing, I am taking the example of velocity. Let the velocity be 5 meter per second in north direction. Let this velocity vector is multiplied by a scalar quantity mass which is 10 kg. When this velocity is multiplied by this scalar quantity mass, a new quantity mv is formed which is known as momentum. Momentum is a vector quantity. So, when a vector quantity is multiplied by a scalar quantity, a new quantity is formed. Now, what will be the value of this? It will be 50 kg meter per second. Means the magnitude will be multiplied and direction will remain same in north direction. That is, the direction of momentum will be the direction of velocity. Now, when two vectors are multiplied, it is the multiplication of vector by a number constant. This is the multiplication of vector by a scalar quantity. Now, what will happen when two vectors are multiplied? Now, when two vectors are multiplied, the resultant may be a scalar quantity or a vector quantity. If the resultant is a scalar quantity, then that multiplication is known as scalar product or dot product. But when two vectors are multiplied and resulting quantity is a vector quantity, then the product is called vector product or cross product. First, I will discuss the multiplication of two vectors resulting into a scalar quantity, that is scalar product. Now, let vector A and vector B are two vector quantities. Their scalar product is represented by this dot and we read it like A dot B, and that's why this scalar product is also known as dot product. So, scalar product of two vectors is a vector quantity equal to the product of their magnitudes and cosine of angle between them. Let these are the two vectors, vector A and vector B, and angle between them is theta. Then A dot B, that is the scalar product of two vectors A and B, will be defined as AB cos theta. Therefore, a scalar product of two vectors A dot B is a scalar quantity equal to product of their magnitude and cosine of angle between them. Now, what are the examples of scalar product? Examples of scalar product. First, I will take the example of work. In lower classes, you have been taught that if a force is applied on a body and displacement occurs at an angle theta with the direction of force, then the work done by the force will be given by F as cos theta. Here F is the force applied on the body, S is the displacement, and theta is the angle between the direction of force and displacement. Now let this equation be first. Now, force is a vector quantity, displacement is also a vector quantity. Let us consider the scalar product of force and displacement, F dot S. As you can see in the figure, the angle between force and displacement is theta. Therefore, F dot S is equal to Fs cos theta by definition. So this is second. From first and second, we conclude that W equals to F dot S. That is, work done is the scalar product of force and displacement. Therefore, work is a scalar quantity, because work is the scalar product of force and displacement. F dot S equals to work. So, work is a scalar quantity. Another example of scalar product is power. Rate of doing work is called power. Now, work done is defined as scalar product of force and displacement. Now, power, as we have written, rate of doing work means W upon T. This will be F dot S upon T. This equals to F dot S upon T. Displacement per unit time or rate of displacement is called velocity. So, F dot B. Thus, power is the scalar product of force and velocity. F dot B equals to power. Therefore, power is also a scalar quantity. So, once again I am telling you, a scalar product of two vectors A and B is defined as A dot B equals to AB cos theta. That is, a scalar product of two vectors is a scalar quantity equal to the product of their magnitude and cosine of angle between them. Two examples I have given. Work is the scalar quantity because it is the scalar product of force and displacement. Power is the scalar quantity because it is the scalar product of force and velocity. Now we will discuss some properties of scalar product. Properties of scalar product. First, scalar product is commutative. That is, A dot B equals to B dot A. Scalar product is commutative. Means either you find A dot B or you find B dot A, the result will be same. Now we will give the proof of this also. Proof. Suppose this is vector A and this is vector B. Vector B is making an angle of theta with vector A. Then left hand side A dot B, this is equals to AB cos theta. Now right hand side B dot A. Now B is making an angle of theta with A and A is making an angle of 360 minus theta with B. So B dot A will be B A cos 360 minus theta. But cos 360 minus theta is cos theta. So this is equals to B A cos theta, since cos 360 minus theta equals to cos theta. Also, A into B equals to B into A. So this equals to BA. In place of BA, we can write AB cos theta. This is second. From first and second, A dot B equals to B dot A. So scalar product is commutative. Now second property, scalar product of two perpendicular vectors is 0. Now proof of this. Let us consider two vectors A and B such that vector A is perpendicular to vector B. It means the angle between vector A and vector B is 90 degree. This is vector A, this is vector B, and angle is 90 degree. Now A dot B will be AB cos 90, since angle between them is 90 degree. Now cos 90 is 0. Therefore this is 0. Since cos 90 is 0. Therefore the scalar product of two perpendicular vectors is 0. Now suppose how this question can be asked. Two vectors will be given to you and you will be asked that prove that the two vectors are perpendicular to each other. What you will do? You will find the scalar product. If scalar product is 0, the two vectors will be perpendicular to each other. Third property. scalar product of two parallel vectors is equal to the product of their magnitudes. Now, proof of this. Let vector A is parallel to vector B. Then A dot B equals to A B cos 0. Since A and B are parallel vectors, means their directions are same, so angle between them will be 0, cos 0. That's why I have taken angle 0, because two vectors are parallel, it means the angles between them is 0. Now this equals to AB, and cos 0, as you know, this is 1, so this is equal to AB. Now you can see the scalar product of two parallel vector is equal to the product of their magnitudes, because A and B are the magnitudes of vectors A and B respectively. Now, fourth property. Scalar product of a vector itself is equal to the product of their is equal to the square of its magnitude. Now, proof of this. This is very important property. A scalar product of a vector itself is equal to the square of its magnitude. Let us consider a vector A. The magnitude of vector A will be A itself. Now, a scalar product of vector itself means A dot A. This equals to A into A. Now, angle, since this is the product of vector itself, so any vector will make an angle of 0 with itself. Means I am making an angle of 0 degree with myself. So the angle will be cos 0. Now A dot A is A square and cos 0 is 1. So this is A square. This is very important property. This is called self product, and it is used for finding the resultant of two vectors. Suppose there are two vectors, vector A and vector B, and we have to find their resultant. So resultant vector R will be given by vector A plus vector B. Now what will be the magnitude of this resultant vector? This can be obtained by using this property, which is known as self product. Now the question is how? See, I am making the use of this self product to find the resultant of two vectors. That is application of this property. As I told you, vector R is equals to vector A plus B. This is vector R. I will take the self product of this vector, that is R dot R. This is called self product. Now since R is equal to vector A plus B, so I can write A plus B dot A plus B. Replacing vector R by A plus B, as vector R is equals to vector A plus B. Now R dot R, by using the property of self product, this is equals to R square. Now on the right hand side, A dot A dot A, then A dot B, then B dot A, then B dot B. This implies that R square equals to A dot A is A square by making use of self product. This is A dot B, and as we know, scalar product is commutative. A dot B is equal to B dot A, and therefore in place of B dot A we can write A dot B plus B dot B, again making use of property of self product. This is B square, since A dot A is A square, B dot B is B square, and A dot B equals to B dot A. We have made the use of different properties as shown here. So this is R square. I am rearranging A square plus B square, and this A dot B plus A dot B is 2A dot B. This implies that R square equals to A square plus B square plus 2, and by definition of scalar product, A dot B is AB cos theta. So this is the value of resultant vector R under root A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta. Now if you recall, this is the same formula which we had derived in vector addition by triangle method as well as by parallelogram method. So there also we were getting the same formula. So this is another proof of this formula by scalar product. Next property, scalar product of orthogonal unit vectors. In different types of vectors, I have taught you orthogonal unit vectors. Orthogonal unit vectors are the unit vectors which are perpendicular to each other, and unit vectors are the vectors whose magnitude is unity or 1. Orthogonal unit vectors, the best example is I cap, j cap, k cap taken along x axis, y axis and z axis of a rectangular Cartesian system. So in case of a scalar product of unit vectors, we have this I dot I, j dot j equals to k dot k equals to 1. One proof I am giving you. This is a part. For example, if I consider I dot I, by the definition of a scalar product of the magnitude of I is 1, the magnitude of this I is also 1, and cos theta. Since this is the self product of unit vector I cap, therefore this is cos 0, and cos 0 is also 1, so 1 into 1 into 1 equals to 1. Similarly, we can prove for j dot j, we will have 1, k dot k also 1. Another property of unit vectors, I dot j, j dot k, k dot I equals to 0. Again, proof 1 I will explain. I dot j, taking a scalar product of unit vectors I and j, we will have the magnitude of I is 1, the magnitude of j is 1, and I dot j. I is the unit vector along x-axis, j is the unit vector along y-axis, and x and y-axis are perpendicular to each other. Therefore, angle between them is 90 degree and cos 90 is 0. Therefore, this product is also 0. Similarly, we can have j and k, they are perpendicular to each other because j is along y-axis, k is along z-axis. K dot I, k is along z-axis, I is along, k is along z-axis and I is along x-axis. So, they are perpendicular to each other. Every time we will have cos 90 0. So, their product will be 0. Last property I am going to discuss, sixth property. If you recall, vector A can be represented as ax I cap plus ay j cap plus az k cap, where ax, ay, az are the components of vector A along x, y and z axis respectively. In the same way, vector B can be written as bx I cap plus by j cap plus bz k. Now, here bx, by and bz are the component of vector B along x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. Now, the property is the scalar product of two vectors is equal to the sum of the product of their corresponding x, y and z components. I repeat, the scalar product of two vectors is equal to the sum of their product of x, y, z components. Now, what is the meaning of this? It means vector A dot B equals to ax bx plus ay by plus az bz. Means whenever we have to find the scalar product of two vectors, then the scalar product of two vectors is equal to the sum of the product of their corresponding x, y, z component. We have to find the scalar product of these two vectors A and B. And I am saying that this is equal to, I am saying this property is saying that this is equal to the sum of product of their respective x, y, z components. Here the x component is ax, here the x component is bx. So, this is ax into bx. This is the product. Here the y component is ay, here the y component is by, so their product is ay by, and in the same way az bz. So, a dot b is equal to the sum of the product of their respective components, x, y, z components. Now, how it is? So, we have the proof of this. Proof. Now, A dot B. A is equals to ax I cap plus ay j cap plus az k. This is dot product with bx I cap plus by j cap plus bz k. This we have to find, and this must be equal to this. So, now just before this property I have told you that I dot I equals to J dot J equals to K dot K is 1, as well as I dot J is 0 equals to J dot K and K dot I. Now this is, now one by one I will multiply Ax I cap dot Bx I cap. So what I will get? Ax Bx I dot I dot I. Now with this plus Ax, I am multiplying this term by 3 terms of second bracket. Ax multiplied by this by and I dot j. Here it is I, here it is j. Now next, Ax bz I dot k. Now after this I will start with this. This is Ay plus Ay Bx. Now J dot I plus again Ay By J dot J plus Ay Bz J dot K. Then with this plus Az multiplied by this Bx K dot I plus Az multiplied by this By J dot J, sorry, K dot J plus this multiplied by this Az Bz K dot. Now 3 terms are multiplied by this. We have taken the scalar product of respective 3 terms of first bracket with respective terms of second bracket. Now 9 terms were expected and here we have written 9 terms. Now here you can see this is I dot I am underlining it. Here it is J dot J and here it is K dot K. So first I will write the result of this Ax Bx. Now I dot I by property it is 1. So this is 1. Now in this plus Ay By J dot J, again J dot J is 1. So this is also 1. Lastly that term Az Bz K dot K is again 1. So this is 1. Now this is in circle I dot J, I dot K. I dot J is 0. I dot K by commutative law is equal to K dot I and K dot I is also 0. Similarly, J dot I, this is J dot I dot J is 0 and by commutative law J dot I will also be 0. So this is also 0. And this J dot K, this is J dot K, this is also 0. K dot I, this term, K dot I is also 0. Then finally, this term, K dot J. Since J dot K is 0, by commutative law, K dot J will also be 0. So this is also 0. So since their product value is 0, so all these terms will be, when multiplied by 0, will give us 0. And that's why A dot B is equal to Ax Bx plus Ay By plus Az Bz. So this is all about a scalar product. Once again I will tell you, a scalar product of two vectors A and B is defined as a scalar quantity which is equal to the product of their magnitudes and cosine of angle between them. I had given you 2 examples of scalar product. Work is the scalar product of force and displacement, that is F dot S equals to work done, and power is also a scalar product of force and velocity. F dot B equals to power. Then we have discussed different properties of scalar product. A scalar product obeys commutative law, that is A dot B equals to B dot A. A scalar product of two perpendicular vectors is 0. A scalar product of two parallel vectors is equal to the product of their magnitudes. A scalar product of a vector itself is equal to the square of its magnitude and is called self product, which can be utilized for finding the resultant of two vectors. We have done it. Then a scalar product of orthogonal unit vectors. If there is self product, that is I dot I, j dot j, k dot k, then their value is 1. Why it is 1? Because self product gives the result as a square of its magnitude, and since unit vectors have magnitude 1, so square of 1 is 1. So I dot I equals to j dot j equals to k dot k is 1. And a scalar product of two perpendicular unit vectors, that is I dot j or j dot I, j dot k or k dot j, k dot I or I dot k is 0, because they are perpendicular, so perpendicular vectors have scalar product 0. Then the scalar product of two vectors is equal to the sum of the product of their corresponding xyz components, which we have proved. So keep on revising, do all these properties and their proofs. See you in the next module. Till then, stay home, stay safe. Thank you.